Welcome to Country Kickback, where you'll hear the latest music from performers you already know and discover new music and artists from around the world. If you have an artist you'd like us to chat with, reach out to the team at countrykickback.com, or you can watch our live videos and more by following us on social media and YouTube. Here is your host, Danni Shaw, with the latest from Country Kickback.
Hello. Hi, Kayleen. You're first into the room tonight. How are you? I've been using my new Tupperware. I love it. It's got all my soup and everything in it for work. I know that we had a show scheduled for a few minutes ago, but we've had an issue with the technology and the time difference in Germany, so we will reschedule that one and let you know a date as soon as we talk to them tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have an updated time. But it's great to see you guys here. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from and if you're going to anything this weekend or any new music that you might be heading out to see or any festivals. We've got Eddie waiting to join us, so we're going to welcome him into the room and have a chat to him about his current song and what's coming up. So if you've got any questions, pop them in the comments and he'll get to them all for you. Hello.
Hey, Danni, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? It's been ages since we had you on the show. How have you been? Well?
Yeah, I've been really great, thanks. Yeah, it's cold in Melbourne, but just trying to keep warm and keep in the gym and keep the body moving and writing songs. And
it's cold here too. I don't like winter. It's not my favourite.
It's colder for you. You're in Tassie.
Yeah. We have had some pretty cold days the last few weeks. So fingers crossed we get over the worst of winter already and we can get some warm stuff. Hi, Ryan. Welcome to the show. Thank you for watching. Well, I know we haven't had you for a while. What have you been up to in the last little bit since we've seen you? You've been pretty busy with new music and different things going on.
Yeah, so we released a single called My Life's Road a couple of months ago, which did really well. And it's still getting played on the radio and stuff. And I'm really proud of that one. And lately, the most recently, we've just been getting ready to release another single in August. And we just shot the music video for it. And I just saw the first draft of the music video yesterday, so really happy with how it's turning out, and the boys are really pumped, and just really excited to get another release out there.
It's really exciting because you've had a lot going on, and I think it was one of your early releases that we had you on the show for. It'd have to be nearly 2 years since we had you, wouldn't it? It'd be close.
Yeah, I think it was either Take Me Home, Red Dirt Road, or One Last Time. One of those singles we were talking about.
I think it might have been Take Me Home. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, that was our first one.
Yeah, a long time ago. It feels like a long time ago. How is it feeling now, going from back then, your first single, and to now? Is it still as nerve-wracking? Is it still as crazy as it was for that first time?
Yeah, I'd say so, because every song tells a different story. And I think the songs are getting more and more personal. So I guess, it's wanting that to be relatable to people, and obviously showing some more vulnerability in the songwriting. Whereas Take Me Home was a bit more fun, and it is a great tune that we play live. We would finish the show with it. It's people dance, but country music's about storytelling, so we're trying to really put that more in the songs and get a bit more deeper and stuff.
Yeah. Are you finding the more that you write, the easier it becomes too, as a group and as a whole?
Yeah, it's funny. Like, we're writing with this guy Clive Young at the moment, and he has a great quote. It says, "Dare to suck." Like when you're writing, because we're writing a song, and I'll just start saying random words, and I think it's more of a confidence thing, like just not holding back on if you have an idea, just even if it sucks, like just say it. So I think it's getting better in that sense, just being confident, being yourself. The worst thing that can happen is someone can say, "I don't really like that," or. So yeah, I think it's definitely getting easier, but there's still lots of room to move there.
Yeah, absolutely. I lost you for a very quick second in that conversation. I hope everybody else heard, but if you are having trouble with the sound or it freezing, please let me know, because we will refresh it and fix it for you. But I think everybody else was fine, because I could see others watching it and putting comments in. So sorry. I know that last time we had you on, I think did we do a song last time when we had you on the show? I don't think we did.
did play
We
live.
did.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Yeah, no, you're all ready for that already. But before we go to that, and you were just because the reason I was going to talk about the film clip afterwards, but just talking about the current film clip that you did, and the one that I'm talking about is for the current single. Do you have a bit of a say in what you do, or do you just sort of give that out? You write the song, you have that sort of done, and hand it over to the people to film it, or do you have a bit of a finger in all of that as well?
Well, my life's road was filmed, shot by a friend of mine I went to high school with, and so what I did was I actually wrote the script and sent it to him, and then I get really involved, and I love that. Just a bit of a visionary. So I sent him the script, and then we would talk on the phone about ideas, and he would put in his input, and he showed a lot of care. And he was really involved in like the lyrics and the songwriting and wanting to capture what the song's about, which I really love. And so and he also shot the recent one, and it's the same deal. I wrote the script, and then we just bounce off each other on the day as well. If something's not working, we adapt, and
Where did because it is like writing a script for a film clip and writing a song are two very different things. Where did you teach yourself to do that? How did you get to that point where you were able to do it?
I got my confidence to do it because I'm a big fan of Rocky, and Sylvester Stallone wrote that script when he was poor. And just hearing that story, that's a huge script. It's a movie, but like, just being inspired by him to no, I'm going to try and do this myself. And I wrote this song, so I want to sort of capture it visually. And I just gave it a go, really. It was my first time doing it. Usually we just rock out to the camera, but this time we wanted to add in some more depth. So it was hard. Like I went over a few weeks, just every day looking at it, maybe changing something. But I really enjoyed doing that. Yeah.
Do you sort of, when you are about to do it, do you scope out different places to film, or is that something that as you're driving around, sometimes you think, oh, that'd be a good spot to shoot something one day? How do you do all of that?
Well, how this one came about was we have a friend in Whittlesea, this couple, and I recently just performed for their 50th wedding anniversary, and they have this land, and we came over to visit. I think that we were dropping my son off possibly for babysitting or something. They offered to help us out. And there's this long road, like the driveway. It's very long, and I'm driving down like this. This is like perfect for my life's road because it's about being on a road of life. And so at the start of the clip, I'm walking down the road, and the band's on the side, and I'm walking past them, and it just came like the idea came in my head like that, and we used some of the other scenery there to film as well. So it starts at the road, and then we used. We went onto the farm, and you can see cows in there and stuff. And I just thought it was a spot.
It's a stunning spot. When I was watching, that's what I was like, I wonder where that is because it's gorgeous. Kayleen said that she that you're not far from Carter and Carter, and I saw a comment from Kayleen before, I think, didn't I, about where she first saw you tour? Yes. She said she first met you when you were supporting Carter and Carter at the Taste of Tamworth tour. CDs for $5.
That's crazy. Yeah. So we the Taste of Tamworth. Yeah, we got a spot. We got to play one song, and they let us do a song which was really great. And I put this CD together. It had like a bunch of covers and a couple of original demos. We didn't have anything professionally recorded at the time. So if it was the first time, it would have been that.
How long ago would that have been? A long time.
Oh, I reckon 2018.
Yep. Yeah, probably a while then. Yeah, well before COVID.
So thanks for dropping a comment there, Kayleen. It's nice to see you there. I can see a picture of you. Yes.
Yes, with Brandy, I think, isn't it? I think.
Yes, it is.
Adam
Brand. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Kayleen watches. She's very fond of Australian music, and she's been to so many different shows and festivals around the place. She has lots of little memories that come up, and I think it's great to see the different show. And hopefully, you're not still selling your CDs for $5.
Oh no, inflation pump them up a bit. But that's beautiful that she remembered me, and I really appreciate that. Yeah.
How do you, because with this song before you released it, did you get much of an opportunity to play it live so that people had a bit of an idea of what you were releasing and you had a bit of a feel to how people were reacting, or did you save it until it was done and ready to go?
It was actually written quite a while ago with a friend of mine, Adrian, and we workshopped it live and and before pre-production and recording. It was always. I think it's been there since 2019 in the show, and when we professionally recorded it, it changed a little bit with the producer, obviously, that comes in and they'll say, oh, don't, we'll put a stop there, or we'll cut this bit, and so it definitely has like that kind of like country beat to it, so like people kind of do boot scoot to it.
It is a real country song. It is quite a country beat. I agree with that. I actually love it. I think it's one of my favorites. I can't say that you've released one that I haven't liked, but I think this one's really one of my favorites. And I think it's because when I first listened to it, I watched the film clip, and normally I do it separately, but that film clip it was just beautiful and stunning. And it was just, oh yeah, that's where I want to be today, right there, doing that. I think that's what really made me grasp it. But it's interesting because normally I try and listen to a song first, but it just told the story differently as I watched it. So I was, I like that. And I know that you're sitting there with your guitar waiting to play us a song. Would you play for us now?
Yes. It's a bit weird without the band, but I will play My Life's Road.
I will give you the room.
I won't have that. Chugga, 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 chugga.
No. But I will give you the room, and I'll see you when you're finished. See ya.
Awesome. See you soon. Well, my life's road is narrow and straight, paved with intentions that once seemed so good. It stretches as far as the eye can see, where the river touches the blue sky. I ain't in no hurry, one step at a time. Oh! Well, my life's road is littered with heartache and pain, like broken dreams scattered, the scars they still remain. Only healing time will make the memories fade. I'm moving on, flames calling my name. Those that I loved closest to me, I learned to forgive, let them go, let go. Hardened hearts, too blind to see, will we meet again on this road? We'll see. I'm taking my time, ain't dragging my feet. Oh! Well, my life's road is littered with heartache and pain, like broken dreams scattered, the skies they still remain. Only healing time will make the memories fade. I'm moving on, flames calling my name. To my left and my right are golden fields, ready to harvest, they dance in the sun. They dance. My heart is open to Realize my dreams, they stretch out before me. Now I run, yeah, I run. Well, my life's road is littered with heartache and pain. Like broken dreams scattered, the skies they still remain. Only here the time will make the memories fade. I'm moving on, freedom's calling my name. Freedom's calling my name.
Hello. I think that sounded great with the guitar. You don't need the band.
Yeah, got the electric going, the tally. Brand new, baby.
Brand new. Wow.
Yeah, just bought the Telecaster. I love it.
What's your guitar collection? I know I asked this, and it's always a dangerous question that I ask people. What number are you up to?
I'm not a big. I just want what works. I've got a Fender. I've got a Strat. So I'm a Fender guy. I've got a Strat, and it's funny because they're both white. And when I said to the missus, I want to buy this Telecaster, and and she's like, "Isn't that the same guitar?" I'm like, "No, it's not. They sound completely different."
That's a dangerous question. That one isn't that the same?
Yeah, I know, right? I got a Gibson hollow body. It's really nice and warm. Actually, that's in the video clip for my last round. I'm playing a black guitar.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I got that, and I got a couple of acoustics. I got a Ganjo, which is like a banjo but with like guitar strings.
Yes,
so that's I love that one.
Yes, I've got a few guitars now. I don't play them very often, but I've got a few. Yeah. I don't think I could ever have too many. I don't think that's a thing. It's not possible.
Yeah, I mean, I got to convince the wife. Like it's money.
Yeah, you need to bring it back to Tassie, do some more lovely sightseeing, and then slip into the local guitar store down here before you go to the airport. That's the way to do it. Just sneak it in.
Yeah, nice. Oh, absolutely. I'd love to go back to Tassie. It's beautiful there.
It is, and we're very lucky, but yes, cold at the moment. It's good if you want to see snow at the moment.
I'm surprised you haven't got any more layers on. It's yeah.
Oh, I do. I've got the heater going. Don't you worry. I've got slippers on. This is the beauty of Zooms and being cut off here. I don't have to freeze. Not all the guitars are the same, apparently.
Yeah, nice.
Different, yes. So I know that you were talking a little bit about the song that you're releasing, and I'm not sure how much you're allowed to tell us about it, but are you allowed to tell us a little bit more about the one that's coming up soon and where people can sort of keep an eye out for pre-orders and pre-saves, that sort of thing?
Yeah, so My Life's Road, I wrote it with my mate Adrian. I used to play bass in the band, and we were both reflecting on our life, and he particularly was reflecting on a relationship that didn't work out. I was reflecting on childhood trauma and stuff in my childhood that was holding me back mentally, and we both just had this concept to write a song about my life's road. It's it's littered with heartache and pain, and the chorus just came out. But in the end, it's like freedom's calling my name. It's like choosing to kind of let those things go consciously to live in the now, and that's what the song's about. It's pretty deep, but we wanted to make it relatable to anybody. So anything that holds you back, in life, and it makes you not live in the present, or stops you from doing the things that you love, anything that brings you down. It's just to encourage people to, move on. And that's why at the end of the video, there's a picture of me and my son walking, and he's 2, and it's a metaphor for he's kind of like little me.
Yes,
and, the broken child, and a lot of people have things in their childhood that are traumatic. So it's a picture of me moving on from those things.
Yeah, and going forward. I love that. And but yeah, you're right. It is a more serious song, but it's also got that tune of. I guess it makes you. It's what you want it to. It makes you want to get up and keep going forward. That's what it's aiming at. Yeah.
Just you want to. It makes you want to move, but it's also reflective. And we're pretty proud of how it came out.
Absolutely. And you've got a new song coming very soon as well. Where can we find you and keep an eye on you for anything as it comes? Sort of, is there a platform that you're more active on, or what's your best?
Funny. I just started doing TikTok.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah. But to be honest, Instagram is our main thing, and we kind of share everything from there. But I think as time goes on, it'll be like TikTok, Instagram, and everything gets shared to Facebook automatically from there.
Yes. Yes.
But Spotify is, we like to send people there to stream our music. And another single coming out in August, and we're looking forward to that one. That'll be up in middle of August, and we're going to roll that out soon. We're really, really excited for that one too.
Absolutely. And do you have any upcoming gigs? Kayleen's actually a bit ahead of me, but that was my next question. It's in the comments, but it was my next question. Have you got any shows coming up that we can come along and watch just yet?
Yeah, so tomorrow night we're playing in Rosebud. So anyone who's down the peninsula, we're playing there at McDade's Irish Pub. And that's going to be a fun gig. I'm going to play some originals and then finish the night with some dance, country rock stuff. Then on August the 26th, we're playing at the Oak Tree Tavern and in the Basin, and we're going to launch our single there because it's like a week or so after the release. Which is that song's called Memories. We're going to be releasing, and then we're playing Reg Fest in Wangaratta, and I don't know the exact date, but that's coming up. And I got a couple of solo gigs. They're all on the website. And if you go to gigs on the eddierawk.com, all the gigs are there.
So. That's
got
great.
a few coming up.
And I know that we spoke about it, who did your artwork?
That's a great story, actually. So I think it was like 2017, 2018 when I was first starting, and right before I went to Tamworth for the first time to do busking, me and my granddad, I was living with my granddad. And we would, stay up, watch Netflix, and have a lot of fun together. And he got my guitar and my banjo, and he just stuck them together like that.
Yeah.
And he goes,
and that's how it came up.
And I'm like, yeah, that's cool, And then I sent it to a friend of mine who does graphic design, and she added some wings to it, and the rest is history there. But it's pretty. We're pretty happy with it. Looks good on the drum skin.
That's an interesting way, because he obviously could just see it before he did it. But I would never see. I can't do that. Put things into a piece of paper from seeing. I'm no good at that. That's a really good vision to do. Love it.
Yeah, he's on my granddad's grouse. He's top bloke. He just has cool ideas like that.
And is he into all kinds of music? Is that sort of, does he have a similar taste to your style?
I think I'd say he's probably the guy that got me into country, because he would listen to Conway Twitty. And even some of the Elvis stuff is very country-esque. Johnny Cash he was big on. And so he would all have that playing. And then when I started discovering Keith Urban and sort of there's modern country as well. So there's all these different kind of streams of country, and but he's into all that old school Beatles and old school country stuff because he grew up around all that music in England and Jersey. So we always talk about music when we're together and stuff. And he watches my video. Every time I got a new video, I go over and I go, "What do you think, mate?" And he always gives me good feedback.
That is so good. It's so beautiful though to be able to still do that as well. And for him to be seeing what you're doing, how special. I know I had a similar upbringing with different, those sort of styles of country, and I think that to now, I can put one of those albums on, and it still is as good as when I first played it, when I first heard it when I was little. It's some of that traditional stuff that stays with us forever as well. That's what I love the most, I think. Now,
But it's timeless. Some of that stuff's timeless.
Timeless. It is, absolutely. Whereas a lot of music now, it doesn't, I think because we have so much coming out and so many different platforms, it doesn't have that timeless style to it anymore. So it's nice to be able to put something on and go, oh yeah, that's familiar, and it's still relevant as well. It's just that whole thing. So when you are out on the road for these few tours before you do put the next single out, are you going to be test driving that as well? If we come along, do we get a quick preview?
Yeah, I was going to definitely play the song this weekend and see how that feels. And yeah, we'll make a bit of a fuss of it and say, oh, you're going to hear something new and see if people like it, you know. We like to do that just to see how people respond and if they're dancing or if they're not, or if they're listening, where to place it in a set, you know, because I always really think about how a set flows and where to put it, you know. It's always fun.
Is that something that you think about when you're writing it, or do you let the writing happen and then figure out where it will fit in down the track? Is that something that
sort of subconsciously? But it's funny. I had a Zoom with Gina Jeffries that was part of this Kicks competition, and she says she gave some great advice. She's like, make your dream set list out of like a bunch of covers that you like. You know, obviously the first one is like a banger to get everyone going, and in the middle you got like a heartfelt one, like. And then, like, you write a song that, like, you have it as a reference, and then write one that's, like, maybe similar or, like, has the same kind of beat or something. And it's funny because, like, we got a song called Home that we play live that's not released, but it's, you know, it's one. We have a lot of originals that, you know, that we haven't released. But this one, it has a similar feel to this song called Who Wouldn't Want to Be Me by Keith Urban. I love that. And so, like, it's like now there's no point playing that cover because we got a song that has that beat.
No, that has that. Yep, that makes sense. Yeah.
So I do think of it like that. Yeah.
Because it is. I know that we all go along to a show, and yes, we probably sit there going, "Oh, they would have rehearsed so much to get this right," but there's so many levels into getting a great concert or a great show because you do have to think about what songs are in what key and where you're going to place them, where you think people are going to get the most out of that song throughout that night. When's the best place to place it? And it would be really hard, especially given that they're all your babies. Like they mean so much to you, each of them. So it'd be quite a hard thing to. And how do you leave some out?
I try to like think about like the time, like the BPM, beats per minute of songs. Like it. If I find that we're writing songs at the same speed all the time, I'm like, oh, maybe we should write something a bit slower. But the Wolf Brothers' new album is a great example of songs that are just everything it has a different beat to it. Like, that's one thing I noticed when I was listening to the album. I was like, everything like this is a different shuffle. This one's slower. This one's a bit quicker. This one, I was like, this one has like a Footloose vibe. But so like, I think maybe they think about that too.
Yeah, absolutely. All artists do definitely have their own sort of way of doing it, but and I think I always like to hear how each of you do it because there are so many ways that you all sort of organize it, and so even down to, you know, where you put them on an album. It's the same thing. Is where am I going to place this along that? Where does it fit in? Where does it tell the best story? And that's always the interesting side about it. But I think. Also for you guys, one of the interesting things would be hearing what we take from that song. I think that'd be really cool for you, and hearing what people are thinking and where we go with that song in our own minds as well. But
the other thing that we've been doing is like we've just been thinking of like if someone says something that sounds like a good title, we just write it down.
Yes,
I was actually in this room.
Do you have paper everywhere? Things like that written up.
Well, I used to do that. Now it's all on the phone. I got a note that says song titles. So I got a bunch there, and
so that's organized. It's so organized.
Well, I'll give you one away. So I was here and we invited this producer to come listen. It was in this room, and we're rehearsing in here.
Yeah.
And he was asking me about, you know, my recent wedding, and I made this reference. I said, "Oh, I'm stuck with her now," because I showed the ring. I'm like, I'm stuck with her now, and then he goes, "Stuck with her now." That's a good title.
Yeah, It is. Yes, that's very true. And you may not be able to get into the house when you get home, not tonight, but after saying that, but the thought was there.
Tongue in cheek,
Yeah, you gotta have some sort of cheeky side, don't you? No, thank you so much for reaching out to us, because I've been really looking forward to doing this show, and it's felt like forever to get it here. But we would love to have you back. I know that you've got the next single coming, so if you still want to come back, we would love to have you. Definitely stuck, Anna said.
Yeah, all right.
Definitely stuck.
I'm gonna write that song.
Perfect to come down here for a honeymoon. I was very impressed to hear. Perfect spot.
I'd love to come back, and
have to come.
We'd love to come back on. I'll try and get the whole band on next time.
That would be awesome. It'd be really good. And are you guys heading to Tamworth this January?
Yeah, well, we haven't heard from our agent yet, but we've been every year since 2018, so I don't see why not.
Yep. So we should try and do a live one from there.
That'd be great. Are you going?
Yes, yep, we'll be there. And I always do live interviews, but it'd be good to do a live interview with all of you, but even come to a gig and get some footage and do some stuff there as well. It'd be great.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Yeah, we'd love to do that.
Yeah. I'm hoping that Scott, my offsider, is going to come as well. He's going to come down from Queensland and hopefully, we get a few people from Country Kickback there so that we can cover, a good variety of it. Because Tamworth, I just look at the program and I just never know what to do first. It's that hard.
It's overwhelming, isn't it?
Do you do Fan Zone? Did you do Fan Zone this year?
Yeah, we did Fan Zone. That was great. We got like a full 50-minute set on the Fan Zone.
Oh, 50 minutes.
Yeah, we played like a full show. It was great.
Oh, wow. Yes, see, I didn't get to see much of Fan Zone because I was doing shows the whole time and lost my voice by the end of it, which I think Mum thought was fantastic, actually.
Like talking is hard, like especially after a gig and you've sang 3 sets and people want to talk. I'm like, I've got to sing tomorrow. If I was Tamworth, I'm like, I've got to sing tomorrow. As well.
Yeah. It is hard, and that dry air too, I think, as well makes it hard. And the going in and out of the air conditioning, it's just like it goes into shock.
Yeah, the first year we did Tamworth, we did 8 gigs. Like the 8th gig, like I don't know how I sang the last gig. I think just some sort of adrenaline kicked in. But I was like literally going to me to Anna. I'm really worried about this gig. Nothing's
it's adrenaline. It is, because I know exactly how you feel. And I was, the moment that I did my last show, I was the same. You are nervous about it, but it's like it just kicks in to keep going to that last one. And afterwards, it's like, oh my God, I think I've swallowed razors.
Yeah, like you said, it's a dry heat. You're breathing that in, and because trying to stay hydrated. Yeah,
and being you're sort of like us. You have similar weather to us a lot of the time, where you guys are. So we're not used to that dryness. Yes, it does. Lily does have a new song coming out tomorrow. We've had Lily on the show a few times, so I'm very excited to see that and hope it goes well. There's lots of new music coming out in a minute. It's great.
Yes, it is good time. Yeah, it's so much country.
Yes,
it's a lot.
Isn't it good?
It's good.
How do your students find? Do they like to hear what you're doing and listen? Are they sort of getting into country a little bit as well?
It's really funny. Like a lot of them don't really know.
Oh, really? You don't tell them?
I teach primary school.
Yeah.
So a lot of them are a bit young, but some of the grade 6s, like I'll show them like the video or something, and they think it's funny, and like because I'm a teacher, like they can't believe it's me like doing this.
Doing. Yeah.
they find it amusing, but
well, it's a good way to brainwash it now at that age, like get that country really brainwashed into them so that they keep going with it.
Absolutely. You teach them young,
That's right. You teach them the good stuff while they still hear it.
I came into country
but
quite
before
a bit
we
later,
do wrap up, you're right. Okay. Sorry, it had a delay then. I'm so sorry.
I was a metalhead when I was younger, but I'm glad I found country in my 20s. It's just as you get older, I think it's more relatable, and
I think that's the thing. It's that life experience, isn't it? And I think, but then I still like, I mean, I've always country, that was just who I was from day one. I don't think I actually had a choice, but I still like to listen to the other genres still. Like I still enjoy it, but definitely country is definitely the bulk of what I enjoy and what I do the most. I know Cassidy, Ray Rayleigh all got songs coming out. It's a huge month. Songs and film clips, and we are so solidly booked. It's so good because it just means that more and more people are getting to release music, and I think COVID helped them with that because they've learned how to record it from home and make it a bit more viable, I think, as a musician as well.
Yes.
But before we wrap up, just before we go, can you tell us one more time where we can get your follow you, your upcoming tours and everything, and also merch as well, just to refresh?
Yeah, so if you go to eddierawk.com, you will find we've got our merch for sale on there. We sell merch at our shows. We're playing Saturday. We're playing at Rosebud. If you're down the peninsula, come on down. We've got a single coming out in August, so stay tuned for that, and a music video. And if you follow us on Instagram, that's our main point we post. And if you're on TikTok, we are on there now and posting regularly on TikTok. And and follow us on Spotify because that's where we like people to listen to our music. But we are on all the streaming services as well, and YouTube. Subscribe. So you want to see the video when it comes straight out, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I've also been putting up some live bootleg stuff on our YouTube so people can see us what we like live as well.
That is fantastic. And actually, if you're looking for the YouTube channel, because I know it's sometimes hard when you're searching, if you go back to the top of the comments, there is the YouTube channel and there's also the Spotify link. So you can click on both of them and that will take you straight to those spots. So have a bit of a look. If you haven't watched the film clip, make sure you do. Especially, I love, even if you have watched it, now you know the story behind it. Watch it again and see what you notice and what stands out now as well. Let us know in the comments. Thank you so much for reaching out. I'm sorry we've taken up so much of your night and you're probably busy in that studio. But hopefully we can have you back again in August with a bit of luck. And
let's talk in August.
Put up your pre-save link once you get it, send it through and we'll pop it on the page for everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah, look forward to chatting in August about the next one.
Thank you. We'll see you all very soon. We've got lots of shows coming up for you in the next few weeks, so keep an eye on the page. And I'm sorry about the one from earlier tonight. We will get a new date to you tomorrow. We just have technology and international time zones are not my friend, either of them actually. But we will see you all next week. Have a great weekend and send us through some photos if you're at gigs over the weekend. We'll see you guys next week.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening. We hope you've enjoyed today's program. See you next time with the latest with Country Kickback.